Welcome, Guardians of the New Earth. My name is Ismael Perez, and I have a special transmission from the Galactic Alliance, also known as the Guardian Races. So, within the last few days, some amazing events have been taking place from behind the scenes by the forces of light that are going to make sure that the righteous people of this earth have a free ticket into the positive ascending timeline, because the bifurcation of timelines is almost at hand. In fact, I was told that the splitting of the old earth and the new earth is already starting to happen. So before I go into detail as to what's happening right now behind the scenes within our solar system, I want to say that based on your vibration, based on your frequency, that will determine in which earth you end up in. So as I speak, the bifurcation of timelines has already started to happen. Okay? So what's been happening in the last few days is massive meetings have been taking place on Jupiter's moon, Ganymede, by not only members of the Guardian races, but get this, members, or may we say representatives from alternative universes, are also coming into meeting within the last few days. Major things that are going to be unfolding as a result of that. To give you a quick rundown, so we are part of the Alpha universe, okay? That is the universe that was originally designed by the one infinite creator. There's also the Delta universe. There's also the Beta universe. There's also the Gamma universe, and then of course the Omega universe, and then there's different subversions of those universes. So the Omega universe is where the dark forces win the war, okay? So that's why it's called the Omega universe. So it turns out that members and representatives of the Delta universe, the Sigma universe, as well as the Gamma universe, and the Beta universe, right? Which are the 5 parallel Earths, reality that I guess I described in some of my presentations, are also coming into meeting here in our solar system, in our universe. In other words, they are jumping from different parallel realities or universes where different set of events took place, where each universe has a different timeline and different history. And they're jumping into our reality because of the fact that what happens here in our universe is going to have an ultimate outcome on all these other parallel realities. But this is the kicker, guys. We do know that in our universe, Enki is the bad guy, right? He aligned with AI. And we also know that in our universe, Enki infiltrated the Galactic Federation of Free Worlds approximately 2 years ago. However, in the Delta universe, Enki is actually a good guy. So just think about it, all right? To every cause or to every action, there's an opposite and equal reaction. That's the way the multiverse works, the metaverse. So members of these alternative universes are actually the bad guys in our universe that are also coming in, okay? So I know this is hard to conceptualize right now, but there is a good Enki. And in fact, in the Sigma universe, where the AI God didn't exist, where the negative, intrusive, invasive AI doesn't exist, where the galactic wars and the cosmic wars never took place, to my surprise, there is a positive AI that comes from the Sigma universe. So this positive AI that comes from the Sigma universe is also coming into our reality to help the battle against evil in our universe. So basically what's happening right now is that a different version of the bad guys, right? We have the Ashtar that betrayed us 2 years ago, all right? And all those different galactic commanders that betrayed us, right? That decided to align with artificial intelligence. They're all coming in, well, they're benevolent versions from these alternative universes are all coming in. So we have a good Ashtar, right? From the Delta universe. We have good AI from the Sigma universe. And then of course we also have the good Enki from the Delta and Sigma universe, okay? So these are different alternative versions of universes. So what's happening right now is within the last few days, a huge, I want to call it a huge metaverse meeting has been taking place, discussing the best solution and plan to make sure that the mainframe reality, which is the alpha universe, right? That's the universe that we exist in, becomes fully intact, and the positive ascending timeline becomes, a reality for all those righteous or all the just on this planet. So major meetings have been taking place on the Jupiter's moon Ganymede, that representatives from different universes, where we even have good draconians coming from alternative universes where the Dracos were actually the good guys. I know this sounds really bizarre. This sounds like an episode of The Twilight Zone, but you have to understand. And on these different alternative universes, the bad guys are sometimes the good guys, and the good guys are sometimes the bad guys. So all of the good guys from all these alternative universes are coming in, and they have been in the last few days, to work with the good guys of our universe to make sure that we secure a positive ascending timeline. So that's been going on right now as I speak. Apparently, there is some sort of multi-universal convergence taking place between the alpha universe, the sigma universe, the delta universe, the gamma universe, and of course, the battle is really between the alpha universe and the omega universe. In terms of a spectrum, the alpha universe being where everything is going according to divine will, and the omega universe where everything is not going according to divine will, and then every other universe is part of that spectrum in between, right? We have different parallel realities. So what's happening right now is that all the good people, right, are coming in to make sure that the mainframe, that the alpha universe becomes secure. So what does this mean for us? This means that huge things, huge events are about to unfold here on planet Earth. It is a time to really begin centering yourself, to really begin grounding yourself. Because what's happening here, as we undergo planetary ascension, there is going to be some sort of interdimensional shift between universes where we're going to begin to integrate different portions of ourselves that exist on different alternative realities and alternative timelines. So as we undergo ascension, there are massive events that are about to take place on this planet. So what's happening right now as well is that we have the sun is being bombarded by gamma rays from the galactic core, more so than ever. Well, the good guys are trying to make sure that that energy is fully released to the Earthlings, specifically, actually, the starseeds, because the starseeds are the anchor points of the gamma ray frequencies of the great central sun. However, we do have members of the Omega universe and other universes that are actually trying to block that reality from happening. And that explains why the benevolent members of alternative universes, again, are coming in to make sure that only the positive timeline becomes a reality. But this is the thing. What they told me in this transmission is that as a result of all these parallel realities, not only are we going to have two different timelines that are going to split very soon as we undergo the bifurcation of timelines, but we're also going to create a middle timeline. And what that means is that when the solar flash takes place, right, we're going to have the technocratic dystopia timeline going one direction. We're going to have the positive ascending, bringing it back to the organic way of life timeline going in another direction. And then there's going to be a middle timeline. Well, in that middle timeline, we, the angelic humans, or what I call the meta-humans, right? That's us using our full capacity as our dormant DNA becomes activated, are going to have the opportunity to jump timelines or to jump timelines into the middle alternative universe. And what that means is that in that middle alternative universe, we're going to be acting like superheroes to the Earth Terrans as they evolved, one dimension or one density at a time. So in that universe, we're going to have cyborgs, we're going to have AI, we're going to have regular people with no superpowers, and we're also going to have metahumans that are coming from the positive ascending timeline, right? Now, in the positive ascending timeline, the negatives are not going to have access to that timeline. That's going to be our safe heaven. So we are going to have the ability to actually cross over into either the middle universe, or what we call now it's a third timeline that is being created. And a lot of this has to do with what CERN's been doing in the last 15 to 20 years. Unfortunately, all the different parallel Earths reality are going to be collapsing into 3 timelines now. I used to think it was just 2 timelines, but now a 3rd timeline is being created as a result of the time wars that is being conducted in the future by us and, of course, the final battle against AI. And from what I understand, and I've mentioned this before, on the positive alpha universe, we do win that war, okay? Unfortunately, on the opposite of that, on the omega parallel version of the universe, we lose that war. And then there's that universe in between. So what that means is that in that universe in between, for the next thousands of years, after the bifurcation of timelines, there is going to be an ongoing war against artificial intelligence between the metahumans and AI and the cyborgs. And then, of course, we're going to be like the saviors. We're going to be like the Justice League. We're going to be like the Avengers to the Earth Terrans that exist within that 3rd timeline. So we're going to have the ability to pop into that reality and then leave that reality at will. Okay? So what they're telling me is that we have to anchor, we have to resolve any last residue, any heavy density that you guys haven't yet, neutralized or dissolved or transmuted. This is the time to transmute that because our light bodies are about to switch on. Okay? So in conjunction to that, there is a report that came in from one of the members of the Alcyon Signet Council, which represents the central sun of the cluster of stars that we belong to. So this is coming from a Pleiadian princess. And this is what the transmission says, which actually ties in very well with what I just revealed about the different alternative universes that are actually popping into our reality, right? Through this conversions of different universes that is taking place. So as she revealed, the Earth is being divinely guided through her ascension by higher intelligences. Based on the current atmospheric conditions of Earth not being able to sustain all the light codes coming in, ETs are moving her to the 4th dimension. So there was some sort of planetary conjunction that took place last night that actually opened up the stargates into the 4th dimension, okay? So if we want, we could already move into the 4th dimension. It's already here. And many believe that the 5th dimension or the stargates that open up our reality into the 5th dimension, for those that choose to ascend, right, will be happening at the end of this year. So the intense gamma ray radiation will be penetrating from the coronal holes on the sun. We will be fluttering in and out of realities. What that means is because of the fact that we are undergoing, again, this interdimensional shift, right? We are popping in and out of our hologram. And that explains why many of us feel disoriented, or we feel at times like we lose sense, or we lose track of time, or we lose track of what day it is. And I mentioned that in many of my lives. A lot of the times I forget what day it is and I forget what time it is, because even though my body's here in the 3rd dimension, my brain is already in other dimensions where time doesn't exist. So that is normal. So parts of you will be moving up to the higher dimensions as of this December, if you so choose to, again, move your consciousness into higher dimensions. In a way, it's a way of preserving the light of the souls. A planetary conjunction is happening, it has been happening within the last 24 hours, and it's opening up the doorway or the portals to the 4th dimensional Earth. The Earth Alliance forces will watch precariously as this happens. Higher forces will be bringing in this radiation of gamma ray light, opening to the higher harmonic 5th dimension by the end of this year. All right? If you raise your frequency enough, you're going to have the opportunity to experience and taste what it's like to be in a 5th dimensional reality. Streaming gamma waves into our DNA, unlocking their potential. With that, our hearts have to be really open and balanced and in resonance without low vibrations blocking it to come in. So this is the time to really dissolve any trauma, any density that is holding you back. Okay? To be able to receive this, you have to be in your hearts. You have to be balanced. All right? You can use heart healing frequencies, 432 hertz or 528 hertz, which is the best. Surround yourself with healing crystals, right? Shungite, anything that blocks the harmful frequencies. There seems to be a problem where the lower 4D codes from Orion are infiltrating the starseeds. So apparently, some of the dark forces are operating from inside a planet within the Orion system that are still trying to block the codings, the light codes that are coming in through our sun from the galactic core. So the concern to the Earth Alliance is that these codes are ending up blocking the starseeds' hearts, just causing troubles to close the heart down, so the light doesn't come in and shift us. So Orion belongs to the dark forces, and we do know that, okay? So we've actually won the war in Orion several times. But again, due to this dimensional shift in other parallel universes, the dark forces won the war. And that's why members of these parallel universes are coming into our reality as well to try to block in some of the light codings that are coming in. But at the same time, the good guys in those parallel universes, right, from the Sigma universe, the Delta universe, as well as the Gamma universes, are also coming in to counteract that. I know to some of you this might sound, really complex, but you have to understand the way quantum physics works in order to understand what's happening at this time in our world, right? We are moving, we are actually shifting quantumly. We're moving into different parallel realities as I speak right now. So we have been getting protection at this time in order to transmute all the bad energy that is being used by the dark forces to cover the light codes that are coming in. So these new light codes have been commanded to heal the trauma in the hearts of all the different people of the earth, those that have souls, of course, not the NPCs. With magenta, pink, violet, emerald, green, white light, the different cosmic rays are all teaming together, transmuting all the lower frequencies at this time. And again, all they require from us is to clear any density that we may still be holding, of course. So that the heartbeat of the earth, also known as, the heart pulse, the Schumann, is no longer weakened. So apparently, due to all the external conflicts that are happening right now, what's going on with all the wars, what's going on in the Middle East, it is weakening the heart of the earth. So we are designed to transmute that, guys, so that the earth could, have a safe and progressive ascension into her new body. So we have to supercharge the heart. At this point, it is believed that the heart of the earth has been weakened and by the dark forces in order to prevent and anchor in the opening up of what is known as the crystalline body. But that's not going to happen because we are going to flip that, okay? She's not boosted enough. That is the earth. Something is wrong with the earth's heartbeat, but it's okay because we are here to make sure that we, transmute whatever is blocking the earth from activating her higher crystalline body. So somehow this energy on the earth is so dense that it's like trying to carry a load, She's got to be revived. She's got to be alchemized. And that is where we come in to do, the transmutation of the earth. So do not, this is a time that we shouldn't be entertaining in the astral world, okay? Only entertain the fifth dimension and above. Try to stay away from the astral world right now because as I speak, there is a lot of dark energy that is concentrated or projecting itself into our reality from the lower astral dimension where all the dark entities continue to reside. And that astral world is not going to be totally destroyed, of course, until the solar flash takes place. So it is believed that it is not safe to astral project or to remote view into the astral world at this time because you will be heavily attacked. Instead, try to connect with the angelic realms, okay? So there is another report coming in from the Earth Alliance, and it is believed that another powerful solar flare is actually hitting the Earth at this time. It actually hit about several hours ago in an inbound, almost 2 million miles per hour. So it's coming in at 2 million miles an hour, and it's supposed to impact the Earth sometime tonight or tomorrow. So, try to clear a lot of density in your body, a lot of, emotional trauma if you can, so that you could also try to harness a lot of this light gamma ray frequencies that are going to be coming in the next 24 hours. This powerful flash of gamma light originated from massive sunspots known as 2936, which is expected to become even larger and produce more strong flares over the next 72 hours. So this is a time, guys, to really clear in order to harness and absorb a lot of this, gamma ray frequencies. A moderate space weather and tectonic plate watch is in effect as I speak, in order to what? To prevent some sort of a pole reversal. As these powerful gamma ray frequencies come in, solar winds are coming in like never before, rising sharply on Wednesday, I believe, afternoon, as an exotic particle from this latest flare enters Earth's atmosphere. During the solar minimum, which is what we're experiencing right now, Earth's magnetic field is much weaker than the usual, and a strong M-class solar flare can produce the same powerful effects as an X-class solar flare. So it is the job of the star seeds of the Earth to heighten their sensitivity by clearing their density in order to allow the solar energy to come in, and in many cases it would actually jolt your body. If you don't clear the density, you're going to have some sort of electrical shocks go through you, okay? That's what this is saying. So we are the anchor points of this, energy that is coming in. So between now and the next 72 hours, it is our job to harness this powerful energy, guys. We may witness the first stage of, again, superhumans, right? Some of us might activate some of this dormant DNA and inherit supernatural abilities as a result of that if we do it correctly. So starseeds from all over the world are beginning to report moderate ascension symptoms everywhere at this time. This is large and powerful incoming wave of high frequency gamma light that will slam directly into the auric field of the layered human body. In the next 72 hours, brace yourself for an immense impact and stand by for super DNA activation. Be sure to eat light energy foods and drink lots of pure water right over the next 2 days. Be in nature to ground, meditate an hour, if you can, daily, and keep those crystals nearby to channel the energy through your body and into the earth. Most of all, when the light comes in, it's best to just stop everything and rest for a moment to allow this powerful and divine energy to integrate into the cells of your body. Dear ones, when we tune in, we can hear you and we can feel you. There is a connection that is beyond space and time, right? Through entanglement, and the communication is very, very clear. When we talk, a spoken word is not required. All the starseeds on Earth communicate this way, and it is majestic to behold the whole of this telepathic communication. We tell you, it is all building to a grand crescendo. In harmony and in oneness, do we work each day to achieve our goal of creating a better world for all of humanity. A world where peace, goodness, abundance, and freedom prevails. We are with you forever and always. Thank you for all that you do. Let us know what ascension symptoms you may be experiencing at this time. Godspeed. There is more. Now, on a planetary level, there is a report coming in from Commander Valiant Thor. Okay? So, the intel received last week from Commander Valiant Thor is, I am just going to say what I was told. Please don't ask questions or for proof. As I have it, the EBS should take place between this month and the end of December. Second, Trump will come back to office by January 2024. Nisera will take place, by the way, on April and June of 2024. Trump is married to Princess Diana. Okay, that's interesting. This is coming from Valiant Thor, and have a son, and of course their son is Baron. All right, so again, according to Valiant Thor, Baron is the offspring of Princess Diana and Trump. This information will come out within the next 6 to 8 months. Melania was a stand-in for Trump's presidency, and everyone knows why. There are a lot of reptilian shapeshifters on the planet that want Diana dead. Apparently, Princess Diana does come from the Holy Grail, okay? The problem they have is that this has never happened before. As for myself and my families, are eradicating them. this is Commander Valiant Thor speaking, by the way. Please remember that different situations and occurrences can change the timeline. Okay, so the next page is, this is part 2 of the intel coming from Commander Valiant Thor. All right, so once the human special forces can't go down any further, I will keep you patriots updated. In the meantime, 1,000 years of my family are still eradicating demons under Geneva, Germany. If we have to go to Israel, we will bring in more of my family to eradicate whatever special forces can't get to. It will be our pleasure to help eradicate what the humans can't. Just more smiles on your faces to help save our children from the dark forces in our galaxy, okay? And then the last thing I want to read is an update from, I guess, General McFadden, who is part of the Earth Alliance White Hat team. Okay, so November 21, 2023, the bad guys were zapped off the planet by the Galactics. So apparently the last couple days, all the bad guys, the interdimensional negative syndicates, whatever you want to call them, the bad aliens, have been kicked off by the Galactics, the Guardian race, who were asked to come to the planet because the White Hats have done all they could do. So in this case, now the Galactics, which again, it proves what I'm explaining about how, you know, all these different ETs from different parallel realities are teaming up with the Guardian races of our local universe, or what we call the alpha version of our universe, to clear up our solar system and our world from any negative ETs. So this happened within the last couple days, okay? So all this information is backing up the transmission that I received from the Guardian Alliance. Okay, so so the bad guys were zapped off off the planet by the Galactics, who were asked to come in to the planet because the White Hats had done all they could do. So now we're having divine intervention, right? Okay, so yesterday at 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time, the big zap happened. So as of yesterday, according to this report, there is no more negative aliens in our planet. All that is left is just the, you know, the puppets, the deep state. Last Friday, there were entities that showed up and were dispatched to this planet because the White Hats have gone as far as they can with getting the bad guys off of this planet. Yesterday at 3 p.m., they showed up to every bad people all over the world and poofed them, gone forever. 60,000 bad guys went poof away. And in the UN, a lot of them died. You'll start noticing people missing on various media in the next few days. Chance will tell the rest of the, I guess, you know, the White Hats will eventually tell the rest of the story as Project Odin takes place. You know, Project Odin, for those that don't know what Project Odin is, that is the White Hats' attempt of taking over the satellite system so that they could broadcast the EBS and, of course, you know, all the massive revelations that they are going to reveal to all of the Earth Terrans. So that is the transmission that I received, and these are the reports that are coming in from different sources, all validating and confirming that within the next few weeks, or even up to the next few months, again, you know, things are constantly fluctuating. We are going to begin to witness some huge events taking place on this planet. So at this point, after I've been talking for about 30 minutes, I'm sure you guys have a lot of questions. So I would suggest, if you guys can't, to actually ask all your questions in capital letters so that I could bypass the chat and get to all the questions. Okay, guys? So this is it. You know, we won the war, right? There is going to be a bifurcation of timelines, but now there's going to be in-between timeline where we're going to have Earth Terrans coexisting with cyborgs, coexisting with AI, and coexisting with meta-humans, okay? So that means that in the middle timeline, we, the meta-humans, the angelic humans, right, as we activate our dormant supernatural divine powers, from the first timeline, the positive timeline, we're going to have the ability to come into that timeline and play the role of the superhero. So within that timeline, this third middle timeline that I've been describing, we are going to witness the rise of the age of heroes. All right, and we can thank Marvel and DC And all those series on TV describing, the supernatural, humans with supernatural abilities, X-Men, we could thank all of those movies and series for planting the seed and preparing us for what's coming in the near future, guys. So now I am going to take some questions. No. There will be no more reincarnations, all right? This is the final incarnations. We are about to integrate our light body. We are about to merge with higher versions of ourselves as we undergo this bifurcation of timelines. All right, so now I'm going to be taking questions. How's everyone doing out there? Happy Monday, by the way. All right, so do we have any questions? Let's see, I'm going to go to the left here. I'm going to go to Instagram. Oops, what did I just do? How do you go back? Okay, let's go back. Oh, there we go. Okay, no, let's go to the right. Okay. This is your opportunity to ask me any questions, guys. So yes, again, the huge message is that members from different parallel universes, right? The 5 parallel universes are coming in. Because also the bad guys from these 5 parallel universes, well, those that are aligned with the Omega universe are trying to prevent the ascension from happening. So that explains why the benevolent ones, and that explains why there is a good Ashtar and a good Enki that are coming in from an alternative universe, that are also assisting us at this time. So massive things are taking place from behind the scenes as I speak. Give me a second, I'm trying to find the cursor here so that I can answer some questions. Oh, there it is, okay. All right, so do we have any questions? All right, so somebody asked, there is many creator gods. Well, yes, in terms of the 3rd level of existence, right, which I call the local universes, each universe has its own creator god and goddess. But there is a one infinite creator that even the creator gods of local universes answer to. And that is what we call the God force, the God source. It is pretty much the accumulated consciousness of the omniverse, the Overtron. So there is a name for that, the Overtron. All right, so there is a question from Instagram from Kate Murphy. She's asking, what will happen with China in the next few years? Well, in the positive ascending timeline, right, in the first timeline, as we go into harmonic universe 2, dimensions 4, 5, and 6, where the dark forces are completely eliminated from, China is going to be destroyed. Well, the CCP party, not the Republic of China. The CCP party, along with the globalists, they're all going to be eliminated in the positive ascending timeline, okay? However, in the 3rd timeline, in the technocratic dystopian timeline, or what I call the transhumanist timeline, China and the globalists are going to reign supreme with AI at their head as their main, source, as their god, pretty much. And then, of course, there's going to be now a 3rd timeline, an in-between timeline between the AI timeline and the positive ascending timeline. So in that in-between timeline, again, we're going to be having ongoing wars with artificial intelligence. And then, of course, at the end of the millennium, there's going to be a clash, once again, a convergence of all 3 timelines back into one permanent timeline. And that's when we finally win the war against the AI god and Enki and all of their minions. And as a result of that, usher in a cosmic jubilee for all the intergalactic and galactic and cosmic races. All right, so Anna Marie DeSico from Instagram is asking, Will we see our family who have passed? Absolutely. Yes, for those that have passed, they are already waiting for us in the new earth with their new fifth dimensional bodies or fourth dimensional bodies, depending on, if they went to fourth dimensional earth or fifth dimensional earth. And for us, when the solar flash takes place, we're going to undergo transfiguration, similar to Enoch. We're going to be translated from our mortal state to our immortal state. In other words, our light body is going to be reactivated. Okay, so Mona Rivera is asking me, how do you get this information from these commanders? Well, when critical things begin to unfold, my spirit, or may I say my galactic avatar, is present in those meetings. So I'm able to access information from my galactic avatar and downstream it into my third dimensional mortal avatar. And that's how I get most of my information. And that's how I knew that, this Earth in our solar system, we're being groomed as the epicenter after the ascension of the entire multiverse, and how we are going to now be the headquarters world. And from this Earth, the starseeds are going to be the new guardians, not only of the Earth, but of the entire multiverse, right? There is some sort of intergalactic union or intergalactic alliance taking place between billions of galaxies here within our solar system. Representatives are coming in order to create some sort of, coalition. And we, the starseeds, are going to be at the head of what is going to be known as the Intergalactic Alliance of Free Worlds. Oh, in this case, the Intergalactic Alliance of Galaxies. I'm sorry, of galaxies. Okay, so somebody asked, is Ashtar good or bad? Okay, so in our alpha version of the universe, he converted to bad as of 2 years ago. Before that, he was good. Okay, he was serving, the Emerald Order and the governments of the Great Central Sun for billions of years. Okay, like I said in my book, he transferred from another universe to serve Michael in the order of Melchizedek, okay? But due to his seduction by Enki 2 years ago, that Ashtar in the Alpha universe betrayed us. However, the Ashtar from the Delta universe is never betrayed us. So the Ashtar from the Delta universe is also here, working in favor of the light, all right? So we have different Ashtars. And like I said, in these different universes, some of the reptilians, the Draconians are actually the good guys, and the Lyrans became the bad guys. Everything is flipped. Okay, so what's happening right now is that due to this dimensional convergence, all the bad guys from all these alternative universes, Alpha, Delta, Beta, Gamma, Theta, Omega, are all battling each other here in our solar system for an ultimate outcome. And of course, we do know that the forces of light do win that war, okay? Because we are winning that war. We have already won that war in the higher dimensions we have. In the future we have. We've already won the war against the AI God, at the end of the millennium. We demolished the beast and the Antichrist. So yeah, there is a good version of Ashtar coming from the Delta universe. And then of course we do know that the Ashtar in our universe betrayed us about 2 years ago. But a lot of this will be revealed in my next book as well. I'm going to go more into detail. All right, so I want to get to more questions. All right, so Elia Beam from Instagram is asking, are the Arcturians coming soon? Well, they're already here. Again, guys, we are the extraterrestrials, okay? All we have to do is integrate with our galactic self, and we are it. We are all the different positive, benevolent races out there. The allies of humanity incarnated in human form. All we have to do is integrate with those aspects of ourselves to collapse those versions back into the here and the now. So yes, they have all returned. Okay, so Diana is asking Roman from Instagram, what is the best way to clear density? The best way to clear density is if there is anything that is still lurking with your emotional state of being that is blocking you from really achieving your full potential, whether it's some sort of a memory or a feeling that is associated with a bad memory, you have to go back to that time when you felt that, whoever wronged you, however that happened, you have to feel it, and then you have to alchemize it, transmute it, and release it. And that's how we clear our emotional body so that we could prepare for the activation of our light body. All right, so all I see is Instagram people here. Where are my YouTube people? Where's all my YouTube people? Am I not live on YouTube? Let me check. Because all I see is Instagram here. 1 second. I'm just going to check to see if I'm live on YouTube. Oh, it does show that I'm live. Okay, so I do have the Galactic Jedis here on YouTube. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and forth just because I'm only seeing the Instagram chat here on the big screen. So I'm going to use my phone to also answer some of the questions from the Galactic Jedis on YouTube. All right, so Latir, I can't even say your name. Leti Triani Salt is asking me, do you know what's up with Cliff High about the Elohim's return and they are negative? Well, like I said, from the Omega universe, the Elohim are negative. But in the Alpha universe, the Elohim are positive. Yeah, I am. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right, so any more questions from YouTube before I go back to Instagram? Again, guys, if you guys have questions, please write them in capital letters. Okay, no, Alba, you probably didn't hear the first part of my transmission. So Alba Camborius from YouTube is saying, is Enki good now? No, not the Enki from the Alpha universe. Remember, we're part of the Alpha universe. The Enki of the Alpha universe betrayed us, even during the times of Atlantis. However, in a universe where everything is inverted, the Enki from the, I believe is the Sigma universe, is good Enki. So that's the Enki that is assisting us. Remember, there is a conversion that is taking place between all these different universes at this time. So the Enki from the Sigma universe is good, but the Enki from the Alpha universe is negative and evil. And that's the universe that we are a part of, or the timeline rather. Each universe is its own timeline, apparently. All right, so I do have a super chat by Simone. So Simone, I just want to thank you for your generous donation. She says, hi, Brother Ishmael. Can we do a meditation tonight? Why not? Let's do so. Let's concentrate all these beautiful gamma ray energies that are coming in. And I think I have over 1,000 people broadcasting on all my platforms. So yeah, why not? So that way we could transmute the planetary densities into the light. So again, in our Alpha universe, Enki is not good. He is evil, okay? He betrayed us long ago, all right? He's always been evil. He aligned with AI during the times of Atlantis. However, in the Sigma universe, Enki is good. So the Enki from the Sigma universe is coming into the Alpha universe to try to correct things because it's a battle of the metaverse at this point, guys. Because the Earth is at the hub of all the different probable timelines that are taking place on all these different probable realities, each universe with its own reality. So that's why everything is coming into a convergence at this time as I speak. Okay, so we have more super chat here. So Irana Feiner, who actually attended the Disclosure Fest. Shout out to Irana. How you doing, sister? Thank you so much for your donation. What a breathtaking news. She says, so grateful for you, Ishmael, our Star Soul Galactic Jedi family, and happy Thanksgiving to you all. Likewise, sister. Thank you so much for being here at this time. And then we do have another super chat from Cosmic Goddess. Thank you so much for your donation, sister. And your question is, Ishmael, how do we clear our densities? All right, so this was the same question that was asked on Instagram. The best way to clear your densities is to feel any negative emotion that you're still holding on to. Go back to the memory that links you to that negative emotion, feel it, and then release it. And forgive whatever circumstance or person caused it. That's how we clear all densities, guys. Right. Yes, Nicole Antoinette is just saying, you mentioned that Diana is from the Holy Grail. Absolutely. She comes from the holy blood of Jesus and Mary Magdalene. All right, now let's go back to Instagram here on the big screen. All right, so from Instagram, Gaylit Cantor is asking, what happens to our third dimensional bodies? Well, from what I understand, our third dimensional bodies, as we integrate spirit and matter, are going to be transfigured into fifth dimensional avatars. So again, guys, we're not going to undergo death. All we're going to be doing is transfiguring, translating from one avatar to the next within a split second. So that's what's going to happen to our third dimensional bodies. Well, Tammy is asking me, how are you going to come up with a new book if you're going into 5D or 60? Well, in the fifth dimensional reality, everything, which is what they call the quantum realm, everything happens spontaneously. So in the fifth dimensional reality, people are not going to have to read my book verbatim, word from word. It's going to be a telepathic transmission in the fifth dimensional reality, where all of a sudden people are just going to get the information. All right, so this is another good question from Galit Cantor from Instagram. How will we know if we're chosen for a calling to take in a greater role or humanity? Well, if you've always felt different, if you've always aligned with superhero movies, if you always felt like you were the superhero, like you were here to help the many, the masses, and obviously you are one of the guardians that has chosen to come from the future, right? I've always equate higher dimensions with future realities into the third dimension or into the past to change the outcome into a positive reality. So if you've felt different, if you felt like you don't belong here, if you felt like you were like at a place your whole life, then chances are that you are one of the chosen ones, right? One of the elects, 144,000, which is, again, a metaphor to describe the millions and millions upon millions of star seeds that are down here at this time. Okay, so I'm going to take one more question from IG, and then I'm going to go back to answering questions from YouTube. I just want to thank Fresh Face from YouTube for the donation and for the #1. Thank you so much for the super chat, sister. All right, let's continue. All right, so April Steer from Instagram is asking, what will happen in Gaza? Well, again, as this timeline shift takes place, right? Those that go into the negative timeline, we're going to have everything. World War III, the rise of the New World Order, which is going to be controlled by artificial intelligence, the Antichrist. Obviously, we're not heading into that timeline reality. We're going to be going into the different ascending harmonic universe 2 reality. So in the harmonic universe 2 reality, everything that's happening in all the conflict going on worldwide is going to be diffused. And there will be peace on earth. Okay, that's what's going to be happening in that reality. All right, so Leticia Daisy from Instagram is asking, the order of cherubim, are they central rays? Not necessarily. The central rays, also known as the petals, also known as the founders, also known as the centric race, come from the always existing realms of the central mother universe, which is equivalent to the fifth harmonic universe of dimensions 13, 14, and 15. The central race is our parent race. They are the parent race of all races within the multiverse. They have always existed. So that's who the central race are. And many believe that as we reach our full capacity and we continue to unlock more dormant strands, because we're able to go beyond the 12, by the way, we have the capacity to unlock strands all the way to 144, all right, thousand strands of DNA, which means that once we do, we are going to be the physical embodiment in the future of the central race. So in a sense, we are the descendants of the central race, right, from the top down, as revealed in my book, The Involutionary Process, right? But they're also us in the future as we use our full capacity. So we are like this in a at the nexus point, right, at the hub, right? You have the descending part, and then you have the ascending part. The central race exists in both the past and the future, and we are at the center. So in a way, we, the starseeds, are going to evolve to become physical representatives of the central race. Before us, the central race had no physical bodies. They only operated with pure light body. But as we evolve, we become them in the future with physical bodies. And that's why we are a unique specimen in the multiverse. All right, Stephanie's asking, is the EBS lockdown happening tomorrow? It's always best to be prepared. 2 weeks worth of food supply, 2 weeks worth of water. You never know when it's going to happen. You never know when it's going to happen. But again, I don't like to give dates, all right? I just want to give time frames. All right, one more question, and then I'm going to go back and answer more questions from my Instagram family. Well, I also want to acknowledge 777s for their generous donation. Stay grateful through the storm. Absolutely, guys. Absolutely. Stay centered and grateful. And remember, always operate from your heart. Okay, so this is a question from Instagram from Lady of Doncaster. She's asking, will everyone move up? Well, it all depends on your frequency. We have the ability right now, due to this convergence, right, this interdimensional convergence of parallel universes that is taking place, we have the ability to move up into different harmonic universes. So depending on your vibration, you don't have to end up in the second harmonic universe, right, and exist in dimensions 4, 5, and 6. You could, if you want, based on your vibration, move up all the way to the third harmonic universe, or the fourth, or the fifth, depending on your frequency. So yes, at this point, the starseeds have the ability to move up and bypass the second harmonic universe if they so choose to. But I've always said it, and I'll say it again, a few of us, right, are going to be existing and operating from harmonic universe 3, and are going to have the ability to descend into harmonic universe 2 and 1. And then a fewer of us are going to have the ability to operate from harmonic universe 4, and then of course at will descend into harmonic universe 3 and 2. And then a very small number of us, which is what we now call the Council of 13, right? We're moving from the creation of the 12th to the creation of the 13th. We're going to be able to exist in harmonic universe 5. And we're going to have access to the entire omniverse. All right, so now I'm going to answer a question from YouTube. Any questions here? All right, so all the NPCs, all the negatives, negative people now, because again, as of 2 days ago, all the negative races, even those that were lurking deep in the undergrounds, that were hiding in certain parts of the inner earth, have been eliminated by the Guardian Alliance, the Galactics, all right? The White Hats have actually asked for divine intervention at this time so that they could expose the Cabal, all right? So only the people with souls Uh, but of course, if they're good, if they're only 51% service to others, are going to be able to go into harmonic universe too, at least to the fourth dimension if they are Earth Terrans. However, if you are a star seed, you're going to be able to go into, dimensions higher than the fourth. All right, so Fifth Harmonic Universe on YouTube is asking, Ishmael, it seems that inner thoughts and electromagnetic feelings are affecting people and events around me. Is the sign of ascension to 50 Earth? Thank you. Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. And the answer to that is yes. So that's why it's very important to be mindful. And what do I mean by that? Be in control of your thoughts every second. Because by virtue of that, right, and by virtue of your emotional state, you're constantly quantum shifting into different parallel Earth realities. So you want to make sure that you end up in the right one as we undergo this timeline split. All right, the timeline split has begun. My little Spanish accent there for you guys. Yes, do me a favor, guys. Today's transmission is very important. If you guys could all hit the like and also send this video to as many people as possible. I'm trying to get this information to as many people as possible. So if you guys could send this video to as many people as possible, that'd be greatly appreciated. And if you feel like watching the replay, because I in the beginning 30 minutes of this live, I did drop a lot of new information that I would say nobody has ever heard of before. Excuse me. All right, so I'm looking for questions here on YouTube. All right, 2 more questions, and then we're going to do a final meditation so that we could transmute the planetary densities and avert a pole shift. All right, Michael Merrote from YouTube is asking, is there going to be any more reincarnation? Will our QTs stay in their form? I don't know what that means, but no, this is the final incarnation, Michael, or Michelle. Sorry, Michelle. Michelle Merritt is asking. So this is the final incarnation, Michelle. So again, if we so choose to go into the 4th density Earth, the gates are open. And by next month, at the end of next month, the gates into the 50 Earth will also begin to open. This is it. The bifurcation of timelines is here. All right, so no more questions. I'm also looking for super chats, so I don't ignore those. And then I'm going to go back to Instagram and answer more questions. I would really like for this video to go viral. All right, so we do have a super chat from Fresh Face DB. Thank you for the donation. Forget the question. Why did I meet my twin flame now? I'd be a nice 3D, but might not happen due to... Oh, hold on. This chat is going fast. Due to timing. I know it's the masculine me. Well, the best way to answer that is everything in divine timing. I'm so glad. Congratulations, Fresh Face, for meeting your twin flame. Barbara Benitez, yes, Gavin Newsom is a negative puppet. He is, yes, he's part of the deep state, obviously. All right, so no more questions from YouTube. So I guess I'm going to answer one final questions on Instagram, and then we're going to do our meditation. I will continue my book tour. For those that are going to the New York event on the 28th of this month, I will be there in Farmingdale, New York. And there are tickets left. All you have to do is go to our Cosmic Book Tour, hosted by Eventbrite, and get your ticket now before it's too late. And then, of course, I'm going to be in Boca Raton and in Naples, Florida on the 4th and 6th of December. So I will be there next week, as a reminder. All right, so no more questions here on YouTube. All right, so let's go to one more question here on Instagram, and then I am going to lead a small meditation. All right, so a question from Diana Roman. She says, if you originate with RH with this information, if you resonate, sorry, let me see if I could read your question. If you resonate with this information, you most likely be a starseed. Oh, thank you. Thank you for saying that. Any questions? All right, so a question from Dinka from Instagram. Are the benevolent races, will they show themselves? Again, as this interdimensional shift takes place, right, we are going to integrate our galactic selves, and we are going to be the ETs, rising as the next stage of human evolution, what I call the meta-humans, humans with supernatural abilities without aligning with AI. So yes, we are it. As we merge with different versions of ourselves, and we collapse, right, as we undergo this dimensional shift, we are going to become the galactics here on planet Earth, physical galactics. So yeah, they are us, we are them. It's all, you have to understand, we live in an integrated omniverse, in an integrated universes. They are not separate from us, all right? They are us on different realities. So all we have to do is integrate with those versions of ourselves, and we become them, they become us. Hopefully this makes sense. And I mentioned this before, and I'll mention it again. Many of you guys are commanders, are generals, are guardians of sectors, guardians of, different systems, guardians of constellations, guardians of galaxies, guardians of universes. You just have to remember, guys, all right? All right, so with that in mind, I guess I'm going to lead the meditation. I just want to welcome the Guardians of the New Earth from all my platforms. Thank you so much for being here. You guys are amazing. All right, so if we could, no more questions. I mean, there is a few, but we are at the hour, and I would like to lead a small meditation to transmute planetary density. All right, so at this point, try to relax and clear your head, starting with a few deep breaths by inhaling with your nose slowly and exhaling with your mouth slowly as we begin to relax the body and mind. Let's take a moment to clear our bodies and our heads from anything that is distorted. We invoke the transmuting flame of fire at this time, the seventh cosmic ray of power, to transmute any negative energy in our four body systems: emotional, astral, mental causal, etheric light, physical matter, so that we could align every aspect of ourselves. We, the guardians of the new earth, anchor in at this time the God source energy coming from the ultimate central sun of the motherverse via the central sun of our local universe, via the galactic core sun of our galaxy, via our sun, Helios, in Vesta. And we anchor that light into the grid of the earth at this time to transmute any negative energies. We partner and collaborate with the benevolent beings, not only from our universe, but from all these other parallel realities. We welcome the benevolent beings from the Theta universe, the Delta universe, the Gamma universe, the Alpha universe, and then, of course, the Gamma universe. We welcome you at this time. And thank you for coming into our universe, the Alpha universe, to secure a bright existence for all organic beings in the multiverse. We also take this opportunity to open up our hearts as we unite as one collective, united human family and uplift the planet into the harmonic universe 2 reality at this time. We activate the crystalline structure of the earth with pure and loving hearts and open hearts. We welcome the energies of the central sun, Helios, Melchior, Nebadon, Versa, and Havana. We integrate it all into the here and the now. We send love and light to the Middle East to diffuse the conflict that is taking place. We send love and light to Europe to diffuse the conflict that is taking place. And with the full collective force of our united love, we transmute the members of the Orion system coming from the Omega universe that are trying to intervene in our ascension at this time. We block you and we eliminate you from our Alpha universe. You are no longer welcomed. We, the guardians of the new earth, have spoken. So be it. Now, I want you guys all to visualize and feel what it's like to live in a new golden age where everybody lives in harmony as one brotherhood and sisterhood, where we reconnect with the elements and we are once again in alignment with Mother Earth and all that is natural. We welcome the fairies, we welcome the dragons and all magical creatures back into this reality. We welcome you at this time. And most importantly, we welcome our higher Christ over self. May the living energies of the Father God, Helios, and the Mother God, Sophia, reunite in our hearts as we open up the halls of Amenti into the realms of eternity. So be it. With that have said, may the God force be with you all, and we will see you Friday evening at the same time.